Welcome to your Friday night, my good friends. I'm meteorologist Andrew Humphrey. After some snowflakes, and it's the month of May, a freeze warning going into effect less than an hour from now. How cold does it get tonight? Can we break a record? And what about Mother's Day? Your weather forecast minutes away.
Gyms are not supposed to be reopening under the governor's orders, but the owner of this local gym thinks it's perfectly safe to reopen, so he has.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
That breaking news coming to us from Detroit's west side. A 15-year-old boy is electrocuted while helping clean a vacant warehouse. Off the top at 11 this evening, DTE says the teen somehow came into contact with an overhead power line and was electrocuted.
Just awful. His mother says he was trying to earn some money to get her something for Mother's Day. It happened at a warehouse on Woodrow Wilson Street, just off the Lodge. Mara McDonald is live there tonight. Mara, do we know exactly what happened? How did he come in contact with that wire?
Kimberly, we're getting multiple stories here, but let me fill you in on what the family says they believe happened. They think he was in this vacant warehouse that you see behind me, and that he was in the upper levels, and that he was somehow bending over to pick something up or clean something, and he inadvertently touched a live wire.
I believe that he came to clean up, and I believe that was so that he can get me something for Mother's Day. Yeah, so it cost my boy his life for a couple of dollars.
Manuel's mother, Mandy, waiting outside the vacant warehouse for the medical examiner's office to bring her 15-year-old boy's body out.
Manuel had leant down to do whatever he was doing, and when he bent down to do whatever he was doing, he ended up touching electrical wire of some sort, and it put 4,000 volts of electricity through this child's body, and it blew out his shoulder. It
Instantly killed him.
Manuel was with someone the family knows who was working on that vacant warehouse. They say he wanted to make a few extra dollars by helping to clean.
He's a good, outgoing kid. So much attention. Loved school. Loved his family. Loved his little sisters. His big sisters. He looked up to her so much. It's gonna be really hard. I'm trying to keep myself together now, but who knows after this.
Back here live, according to police, they believe this was an accident, but that investigation into exactly what happened inside that warehouse continues. We're live on Detroit's west side tonight. I'm Mara McDonald. Back to you.
So awful. Okay, Mara, thanks. Well, many areas getting snow showers this afternoon. This is what it looked like earlier in downtown Birmingham. Andrew is in for Ben with a freeze warning overnight. Andrew.
That's right, Kimberly. The snow showers have stopped for the most part. There are a few left over to our north, but the freeze warning begins in less than an hour. It's because temperatures will be at or below the freezing mark for a prolonged period of time. In fact, midnight, even just before midnight, and through the overnight hours. Here's some of those snow showers that still remain, as you can see in St. Clair and Sanilac counties, but those will continue to move off and dissipate. The freeze warning is for Detroit and most of southeast Michigan. Sanilac County wasn't shaded or included, but still, even in Sanilac County, I'd go ahead and bring the pets inside, bring potted plants indoors as well. It can be very harsh, of course, on our pets and very sensitive plants. If you've already planted seedlings, try to cover them before going to bed. You still have time to do so. 35 degrees currently, but it feels like it's below freezing. We have a wind howling at 14 miles per hour, making it feel like it's in the 20s. And it's already below freezing. In Sandusky, Sanilac County, 29 degrees. Same thing in Mount Clemens, 30 over in Port Huron, while it's 32 degrees right at the freezing mark in Ann Arbor. By the time you join me tomorrow morning here on Local 4 News Today, temperatures will easily be in the 20s. But it will be drier. No more snowflakes for this weekend. But what does that mean for Saturday afternoon? What about Mother's Day? Where do temperatures go from here? That and your 7-day forecast in minutes.
Okay, Andrew, thank you. In the past 24 hours, 50 Michiganders have died with 680 new cases of coronavirus confirmed.
Total number of cases now surpassing 46,000. The state says this week it hit a new one-day record with more than 13,000 tests. Only 8% of them came back positive. You may recall back in April, the positive rate was running at 40%. Other headlines, the Michigan Restaurant and Lodging Association is urging Governor Whitmer to allow restaurants to open again on May 29th once the stay-at-home order expires. And the economic toll gets worse. 20.5 million American jobs lost just in the month of April. Unemployment rate of 14.7% nationwide is the highest rate since the Great Depression.
The manhunt for two men accused of killing a Flint Family Dollar security guard is now over, with both men in police custody. Calvin Munnerlin was killed 1 week ago after telling a customer she had to wear a mask. Investigators say a short time later, 23-year-old Ramonia Bishop and 44-year-old Larry Tigg walked into the store pulling a gun on Munnerlin and shooting him in the head. Bishop was arrested today at a home in Bay City, while Tigg was taken into custody in Houston. 3 other people are also facing charges in connection to this deadly shooting.
We have started to see some business open despite the governor's order to stay closed. Some, like a barber in Owasso, have been ticketed for doing so. Others, like a gym in Brighton, have not, and as Jason Colthorpe reports, likely will not.
Gyms were supposed to be among the businesses that were the last to reopen under the governor's order, but the owner of this gym and mixed martial arts studio is challenging that. The Michigan Institute of Athletics in Brighton isn't the usual gym. People will come to work the heavy bag, maybe take a class, and it wouldn't be unusual to see some MMA-style sparring or wrestling going on. Until 8 weeks ago.
I listened to the orders, I shut my business down completely, but I went to work immediately in a different regard. I started researching everything I could on the subject.
But now owner James Gray is reopening.
The support has been unbelievable.
Yes, for financial reasons, but also because he believes it's the right thing to do.
I don't think we've put the virus into proper perspective. What if the 3 of us 6 months from now look at the nation was destroyed in many ways, we put 40 million people out of work, the housing market collapses, all the these things went down, and the information was there, but we weren't really focusing on the right things.
The customers who've returned this week agree with him.
The guy's a young guy, he's got his heart and soul in here, he's got his life's finances in here, and to be shut down, I think unlawfully what the governor's doing right now.
It also appears Gray doesn't have to worry about a ticket.
I made the decision that we are not going to enforce any of the executive orders anymore.
Livingston County Sheriff Mike Murphy isn't convinced the governor's order is legal.
I don't believe that the governor has the power to extend the orders that she did, given the fact that the legislature did not give her the authority.
It doesn't matter to Gray because he's staying open even if he does get fined.
I never wanted to be in this situation, but I believe that if you are going to have a stance on something, it's worth fighting for.
Now, if you're wondering if the state's going to do anything because local law enforcement is not, the answer is possibly. I talked to the Attorney General's office, which says it's reviewing possible action against any business that is not compliant with the governor's order. In Brighton, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Well, tonight, President Trump is weighing in after one of the vice president's staffers tests positive for coronavirus. Katie Miller is Mike Pence's press secretary. Her husband is one of President Trump's top aides. Miller says she's asymptomatic and tested positive today after testing negative yesterday. President Trump says the positive test was a surprise.
So she tested positive out of the blue. This is why the whole concept of tests aren't necessarily great. The tests are perfect, but something can happen between a test where it's good and then something happens and all of a sudden she was tested very recently and tested negative. And then today, I guess, for some reason, she tested positive. So Mike knows about it, and Mike has done what he has to do. They've taken all of the necessary precautions. I understand Mike has been tested, Vice President, and he tested negative.
Coronavirus testing ramped up this week for the president's staffers after a military aide with close ties tested positive.
Calls growing louder for banning guns inside the state capitol, especially after the Attorney General says a new law is not required to prohibit weapons. Armed protesters were among those who were at the Capitol last week demonstrating against the governor's stay-at-home order. Governor says she wants to ban guns at the Capitol. Just 2 days ago, the Michigan State Capitol Commission said it doesn't have the jurisdiction to do that. Well, Attorney General Dana Nessel cites a Michigan Supreme Court ruling that she believes does give them the authority to regulate guns. That panel will meet on Monday.
Some sad news tonight in the entertainment world. Roy Horn, famous for his Las Vegas duo Siegfried and Roy, has died from coronavirus complications. Horn revealed back on April 28th that he tested positive for the virus. While performing with tigers and lions on stage, Siegfried and Roy became one of the most iconic Vegas shows during their 40 years together. Roy Horn was 75 years old. Still ahead, a traffic stop in Oakland County has deputies doing a double take.
What happened once deputies found a front-end loader on the road that had been reported stolen? We've got that coming up next.